What makes this one so special, of course, is the fact that we've seen great form from Lee Sang-soo already in terms of his round of 32 match, but also the quality displayed by Anders Lind, who didn't drop.
One love.
You'll be hearing a running commentary from Anders Lind throughout this one. It's the way he goes about things.
We can just sit back and watch, I guess.
Love two.
No, he's a very, very captivating player. Wears his heart on his sleeve. Very comical, very conversationable with himself and his coach.
Yeah, and an audience. He produces a lot of content, colourful character.
Love three.
This for a receive here. Strawberry push. He was doing this brilliantly against the Japanese talent Hiroto Shinazuka in the last round. It's a really impressive win for the Dane, 3-0.
You're right, that was one of the most impressive statement performances in the round of 32, and he's off to a great start in this one. Has the ball in hand now. Wonder how many hours sleep he got. He always tells us he barely sleeps, maybe 3 hours at a time. Twitchy, nervous, full of energy, wiry kind of customer. Interesting refueling habits as well. He's one of a kind, Anders Lind.
Well said, well said.
1-5.
Had a conversation with him in Busan, actually, where Lee Sang-soo played brilliantly, beating Ma Long in the men's team event. And yeah, got to know him. He's a great guy. Sang-soo as well. I mean, what a humble, humble champion he is. One of the most liked players on tour.
1-6.
Again, a fantastic push, but a bit of fortune on that one from Lind. So much backspin. So much oomph in that shot. He's done it again off the low serve.
How does he do that? Barely any movement.
Has to be so relaxed to absorb the spin of the serve, nullify it,
7-2.
diffuse it, and produce a lot of spin with it. It's
soft hands then, relaxed, just cushioning and bringing all of the impetus into your hand.
Exactly right. Oh, tried a
3-7.
bit of a chop block there with the backhand. Nice spin play from Sang-soo. He could approach this one of two ways, the Korean. He can give Lind the spin back, staying controlled and passive, or he can just try and blast it.
3-8.
It's a box of tricks that Anders Lind possesses, and they're all coming out.
Such a diverse portfolio. There's so many ways that he can win a point, and he takes the pressure off himself when he approaches more creatively, like Beauregard, like
9-3.
Diaz.
You don't want to go into the realm of stereotypes too much, but does this mean that Lee Sang-soo is going to have to not be too predictable, not be too automatic in his play?
I don't know. I mean, the very, very best, most unbeatable players in the world are a little bit more robotic, are a little bit more textbook than Lind. But what makes Lind so dangerous, what makes his ceiling so high, is that when he's on playing with this approach, you can't really do anything about it.
4-10.
Very quickly, it's 6 game points for Anders Lind. The Dane is very much on top here.
11-4.
Oh, yeah.
First game to
And if you want to silence a crowd, that's how you do it. He's just done that against the hometown favorite. And what a way to win the game.
Well, Lee Sang-soo is going to have a lot. All I can say now is I'd be very surprised to see a game won as comprehensively as that, scoreboard-wise. I expect this to be a slightly more close game. That said, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Lind surely has to continue trying to play these loaded receives, slow the game down initially in the rally.
1-all.
Yeah, looking for that touch play there, not getting it. What about Lee Sang-soo? What have you seen from him so far that is above or below par by his normal standards?
I've not been particularly impressed with him. How he's played so far. Has to find ways to adapt to the creativity of Lind.
1-3.
It's very difficult for him to treat each point on its own merit because, you know, the way Lind's playing, no two balls are the same. I think he has to just home in on what exactly it is he wants to do and stick to that.
1-4.
He's finding it hard going here and hasn't even really got the crowd quite behind him to try and unsettle the opponent. That's more like it, and maybe the power play is the way to go.
Scuttles around that one, the Korean. That was great footwork there, and that's something the Koreans are known for over the years. Roo Sung-min, Jang Woo-jin
Sorry
as well.
to interrupt. Look at that. Below 20, 18% on serve. That's part of the problem
5-2.
for Lee Sang-soo. Lind, therefore, far more dominant.
3-5.
He's backing it up as well. And what's also proven to be a test for Sang-soo is the fact that if he does actually get out the dodgy serve receive, Lind's power's been good. For a slight built guy, he's lean and he's mean.
He's wiry and he's fiery. And that was the case there. Yeah, it's deceptive, the power, isn't it, he generates?
Because of his
all
timing.
down to timing and touch, yeah.
That's it. Look at that one there, that counter. Snappy, kept the bat high. Subtle bit of rotation. Core engaged, low posture. These are the qualities you're looking for if you're a coach analysing a player, or if at this level you're a player analysing yourself. The ability to self-coach can never be underestimated.
7-4.
Thought about it, the ball there. Seen a few trick shots online of the ball rolling along and then hitting the other side. That would have been incredible if it landed.
5-7.
This is better for Lee Sang-soo in terms of trading blows and looking to take the game to his opponent. Long from Anders Lind there, who's been drawn into a couple of duels, and once or twice we've seen that reaction from him. So it's Lee Sang-soo back within 2.
Draw. 5-8.
5-8 though, and again the pressure is on a serve which has not been outstanding so far from Lee Sang-soo. Stepping forward, bringing the power on the forehand there. Lind now moves on to 9-5. And that, as much as anything, took the opponent a little bit by surprise. He's mixed it up to fantastic effect so far.
9-6.
On the table.
9-6.
But what does he deliver?
7-9.
He delivers is maybe a little bit too juice. Quick look at the umpire, a quick smile. Who knows what's going on in his mind. He dropped the point, though.
Lee.
And that's 2 points on the bounce. And off the back of that timeout, things haven't gone according to the Lind plan. Is there a glimmer of hope now for Lee Sang-soo? Still trailing, but he serves. But that is what we've seen repeatedly. The touch, the quality, and the deception from the left-hander gives him 2 game points.
Again, that push, so effective. Sang-Soo, fresh airs. Can he take it, the Dane?
Oh, he had a chance.
10-9.
He had a chance when things got difficult off the net court, but Lee Sang-Soo recovered brilliantly.
Oh, my goodness, look at that. Did so well there to keep things awkward.
10-all.
And he misses the serve. But look, he's not being too hard on himself here, Lind. He's not dwelling on it. He knows there's no point. Can't change the past.
10-11.
But now maybe a little bit more resentment coming in. It's tough, isn't it? It's a tough pill to swallow. Missing a serve at 10-9 up in a game that you've dominated in for the majority.
12-10. Second
12-10.
game, Lee.
And he's taken it. And that now makes this a task that becomes harder and harder for Lind, because he will have felt that.
One love. One all.
It's more like it. Lee Sang-Soo just trying to up the intensity levels there, getting the feet moving.
Left. One all.
He's so good off that half-long, Sang-Soo. This is my favourite shot of his. Just swanning in. That ball isn't even long. Look how he lunges in with the right foot.
Another interesting feature here is that on the Sang-Soo serve, he's quite a studied server. Takes his time about things, and Lin wants things to hurry quickly. He's a little impatient.
Yeah, he's meticulous, the Korean.
Oh, what a return. Oh. What a point. That is a statement. That could be a turning point.
Lint burgled. Didn't even leave the door open, though. Daylight robbery from Sang-Soo.
12 out of the last 16 points for the Korean. That's why he's got himself right back into this one. Leads by 2 in the third.
Wow. That'll be a huge confidence booster for the Korean, that point. Amazing point that he managed to win on the back foot, fishing and then tightening the screw. Crafty service as well there.
You hear the crowd? He's got them now. He's just engaging these fans here in the Infinity Arena and building something.
3-5.
He's just so good tactically, Sang-Soo. How he manages to shut down players. How quickly he acknowledges that he has to adapt. He has to do something different. Luna Lint's been incredible this event so far.
3-6.
Here struggling. Such a neat and tidy touch there from Lee Sang-Soo into the forehand.
Let. 3-6.
He ran in, he smashed, he celebrated. That is another big point won by the Korean.
Yep, shallow but high. I'll take no prisoner there, Sang-Soo.
8-3.
The force is very much on his side now. You can see the reaction on the face of Anders Lind, the previous point, and you can see the way that that is now not just finished, it's finished with a little bit of meaning.
Yeah, hit it so sweet, so true. Beautiful posture on that winner. Bit of swagger about him here.
And a frustrated flick of the ball away there from Anders Lind. He is not in a great place right now, Anders. But that helps.
9.
opportunity presented itself, and he took it. Still a long way back, though.
Whoa, tried to change the pace.
He had to go so deep to get that ball back, Sang-soo, and he set himself up with 6 game points now.
It's a fantastic loop.
10-5.
Ghost effect. Bit of fortune for the Dane. He needed that. And he'll need a bit more now as well.
6-10.
6-10 now. Sang-soo would be well advised to nip this mini revival in the bud if he's to take it out. And he manages to do so.
11-6. Third game to
So what a
Lee.
turnaround from a first game in which it looked as if Anders Lind was going to be unstoppable here, on a roll. He's now dropped consecutive games.
One love. Love 2.
Oh, he's just so good in the touch play here now. He's making it difficult as well because of the position of it. For Lind to try and play the strawberry or the heavy, heavy push.
1-2.
Yeah, he needed that. With Lee Sang-soo coming back in terms of those touch play exchanges, it's really evened up this match.
Oh, yeah.
3-1.
Got a bit impatient there towards the end of it. Lind, he was suffocated for space. Sang-soo going into the crossover. Bid his time initially, and then Lind going for an all-or-nothing seatbelt shot. It's fascinating. For me, he's been the best Korean player for a long time, Lee Sang-soo. Sometimes a little bit slept on. It was amazing for me that he wasn't picked in singles at the Olympics.
1-5.
Yeah, which comes down to the selection process as much as anything.
That's it.
As it is now, on the WTT Champions stage, he is exactly reminding us of what he's worth, of his standing, his stature, and he is causing problems here for Anders Lind.
2-5.
Look how quickly Lind wants to get on with this.
Let 2-5. 5-3.
It's been a feature of this one, and it's because of the delicacy of the touch play. He does find the net a lot, Anders Lind.
Yeah. Can't remember which sportsman who said it, but it was something like, the more you practice, the luckier you get.
Yeah, I heard that from Gary Player.
That's it.
From the horse's mouth, the great South African golfer.
Because you're aiming for lowness over a net, you're aiming for precision in terms of, you know, if you're going for a long shot, how close to the back line can you get it to make it tough for your opponent to counter. But the spin factor as well helps it crawl over sometimes.
4-6.
Oh, right on the paint, that one. Backhand with a flourish for a 2-point lead.
An empty serve. No spin on the serve made it tough for Lind to push with as much backspin. Nice initial backhand, but the survival skills of Sang-soo, sublime.
Not just survival, there was plenty on that. Too much in the end for Anders to cope with the depth.
How did he get it out of his crossover?
8-4.
He's on a roll, and he is not disintegrating, Anders Lind. He wouldn't do that, but he's struggling.
This has been, for me, the most comprehensive tactical turnaround so far here in Incheon. And look at the man who's responsible for it. He ain't going to lose here in front of his home crowd fans.
Looks like it's going to be another happy phone call to the wife, based on that interview we ran beforehand. Checks in after every match. And a man who was serving at 18% early on lifts it to 50% right now and gives himself 6 match points. And completes a stunning turnaround against Anders Lind, who was flying in the first game, but then found himself brought down to earth in dramatic fashion as another of the Koreans progresses. That's a popular victory here in Incheon, and that is one that continues a theme that's beginning to build here this week. Scenes of triumph, noises of celebration. Can't wait to hear from this guy in terms of what that means to him, what he did. And Fraser, you called it the best tactical turnaround we've seen here this week. Why so?
He just found ways to shut down Lind's game. You know, serve with no spin, so it was tough for Lind to play. The strawberry pushes that just really captured the imagination in the first game. Lind was all over him like a rash in the opener. It was just as though he never even got a lead in the end. Incredible.
There are always two sides to every story. For all of the great comeback, there was also not a capitulation, but there was a struggle there for Anders Lind. It looked as if the weight of the world suddenly descended upon his shoulders.